If you're ready to improve your splits, you're in the right place. What's up guys, my name is Coach Aramis and today I'm going to put you through my favorite flexibility routine. We're going to get right to it starting with a low lunge on our left leg. Now, we will be holding these stretches for about 2 minutes each. So while you are here, just make sure you're focusing on your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. While you're doing the low lunge, you want to make sure your hips are facing forward, aka your hips are squared. If your hips start to turn outward or open up, just make sure you fix your form by turning your knee and toes under and making sure your hips are facing forward. While you're in these stretches, feel free to add some movement, but just be sure to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You should be feeling the stretch in the back hip flexor. Whatever knee is on the ground is stretching the top of your quad and your hip. Be sure to be pushing your hips forward by squeezing your glutes. Hands on your knees or hands on the ground, wherever you may be today, just take note of it and set goals for the next time you return to the mat for this stretch. Just keep going, a few more deep breaths, and soon we will be transitioning into our half split. Go ahead and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth while pushing back into your half split. Hips should be on top of your knee, and your front leg should be straight, toes should be flexed pointing upwards. Same as in your low lunge, feel free to add some movement, focus on your breath, and make sure your hips are facing forward. If you need to take a moment, stand up straight, but just be sure your hips are facing forward. Do not let them turn outwards, and if you do, just correct it and get right back to it. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. For a deeper stretch, go ahead and pull your toes back. Just be sure to keep that front leg straight. Now that we have stretched your left hamstring and your right hip flexor, you should feel more prepared to slide out into your full split. Take one more deep breath in and go ahead and exhale while you slide out into that full split. It's okay if you are not all the way down to the ground. Just keep in mind what your goals are and remember to come back to this video as often as needed. If your hips are turning outward, just be sure to tuck that back knee under, readjusting your hips so they are facing forward. Leaning forward deepens the stretch, once again in the front left hamstring. And if you want to switch it up, go ahead and bring your chest up and try to reach your hands behind your back to deepen the stretch, once again in the back right hip flexor. It's totally normal for your legs to start tingling, so do not freak out if that is happening to you. Just try your best to focus on your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. To deepen the stretch, you can even lift up your arms off the ground, forcing gravity to pull you down. Take one more deep breath in and go ahead and exhale, pulling your leg back to the front. And I'm sure your hips are tight, so go ahead and add some windshield wipers, just swaying your knees left to right, recentering your hips and preparing for the next side. This flexibility routine is great for your rest day or post-training. I wouldn't recommend doing it before a workout because your muscles could be extremely relaxed, but post-workout or rest day are my favorite days. Let's go ahead and get right to the next side with your right leg in front, pushing your left hip forward. So now we're switching it up, and you should feel the opening in the back left hip flexor. Go ahead, put your arms on your knees or on the ground, whatever fits you best today. Yes, flexibility can be painful, but push yourself at a pace that is doable for you. Where I'm at today does not mean that that is where you have to be at today. So focus on your breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take one more deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth, pushing back once again to our half split. You should now feel the stretch in the front right hamstring, making sure that right leg is straight, your toes are flexed and pointing up towards the ceiling. Movement is optional, but I love it. I focus on my inhale on the way up and my exhale on the way down. But this flexibility routine is all about what feels right for you. So focus on you and do you, boo. Once again, feel free to pull the toes back to deepen the stretch in your hamstring and your calves. This is totally optional, only do it if it's what your body's asking for. I know we're in these stretches for a long time, so it may be easy to lose form, but make sure your hips are not falling back past your knees. You want them to be right on top of your knee with your hips facing forward, toes flexed, and front legs straight. Now that we've opened up your right hamstring and your left hip flexor, let's go ahead and slide on out to that full split on your other side. Make sure the toes are pointing under, knee facing down, hips forward, legs straight, and try your best to point your toe in this front split. Remember, don't let those knees come out. You want to rotate the hips back under, knees and toes facing the floor. Remember, you can fix the square in your hips by doing a twist, bringing your left arm to your right leg. Once again, movement is completely optional, but to deepen the stretch in that front hamstring, go ahead and reach for your right foot. And to deepen the stretch in that back hip flexor, go ahead and pick your chest up and reach behind your hips. If you're ready to go to the next level and let gravity take over, go ahead and lift those arms up. Focus on that breath, push through the pain, and keep those hips facing forward. Take a couple more seconds to take your last breath in, and go ahead and exhale to come out of this stretch. Now hopefully your hips are feeling even since you've completed both front splits on your left and right legs. Go ahead and add some windshield wipers once again, taking your time to recenter and refocus. Next, we are going to prepare for our pancake, but first we are going to hold a 2-minute butterfly. So when you're ready, go ahead and push your hips back, feet together. You have the option to keep your heels a distance away or closer to you, but feel free to have some fun with it and see what feels best for you. Now the goal with this is to push your knees down by engaging your glutes. Try not to just flare your legs up and down with momentum. Try to use your muscles to push them down. For a deeper stretch, go ahead and reach your hands forward, but really make sure you are folding from your hips. You want to fold forward with a flat back, and you want to make sure you are not rounding your spine. If your body is asking for movement, go ahead and bring your chest up, inhaling on the way up, and exhaling while you walk your hands back down to the ground. Repeat as many times as needed and just take your time with it. In just a few more seconds, we will be coming out of our butterfly and preparing for our pancake stretch. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and exhale, opening up into a straddle position. In this position, you really want to focus on straight legs. Now your knees and toes should be pointing upwards. Once again, you're going to walk your hands forward, making sure you are folding from your hips with a flat back. Option to put your elbows down and make a nice little pillow out of your forearms. We are here for another 2 minutes, so why not make yourself comfortable? The goal is to have your body completely flat, aka looking like a pancake. So the goal is to have your chest on the ground. It's okay if you're not there today. Once again, you know to use this video as motivation, so come back to it anytime you're feeling like you want to improve your flexibility. If your legs are feeling kind of numb, go ahead and take a deep breath in, walking your chest back up into a seated position, and exhaling, walking your hands back out to your pancake. Repeat this wave-like motion as much as needed and just focus on your breath. Get ready to come on up because we only have 2 more stretches left. This one is going to be fun for you guys, so go ahead and grab your legs because I know those hips are feeling extra relaxed and they could use the help right about now. Once again, go ahead and do some windshield wipers, opening up those hips and getting them ready for our next 2 stretches. We're going to be preparing for our middle split, so the next stretch is going to be our frog stretch. You're going to get into this stretch by starting in a tabletop position. If you are using a yoga mat like me, it's a great way to focus on form. I make sure my knees are right on the edge of the mat, and I make sure my hips are in line with my knees. I don't want my feet to go too far out or too far in. Ideally, I'm looking like a frog, making a football post position with my legs. Resting on your forearms is totally fine, but if you want to deepen the stretch, go ahead and try to bring your chest closer to the ground, creating a pillow out of your hands. There's only a few more moments in our frog stretch, so go ahead and push yourself back up, taking your last few breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, slowly pushing yourself into a child's pose position. Now, I like child's pose just so I can take a break from all the stretches, recenter my hips, my spine, and get ready for our very last stretch of the day, the favorite middle split. The easiest way to get into this stretch is to start with your hands and feet on the floor with your toes and fingers facing forwards, and then just simply sliding out into a straddle-like position, but with your inner calves on the floor. I go down to my elbows using them as a pillow for my chest. It's okay if you are not down this far today. Set goals for yourself and come back to this video as much as needed. Make sure your legs are straight, toes are pointed, and hips and heels are in line once again with the yoga mat. I think that the middle split is the most challenging to hold for 2 minutes. So once again, if you need to take a break, don't be too hard on yourself. Come on up out of it, sit back on your glutes, and get right back to it. Remember, flexibility isn't always easy, but it can be fun if you listen to your body. To deepen the stretch, go ahead and put your arms out to the side, allowing gravity to pull you down. I'm curious to know what level of pain you guys are going through right about now, so please let me know in the comments below, and I will respond because I'm gonna laugh because I know your pain and I'm glad you're going through it with me too. Get ready to come on out of your middle split, breathing in one last time. And go ahead and exhale, slowly sitting back onto your hips, pushing yourself up. And congratulations, guys, you made it through my torturous 2-minute flexibility routine. It might help to inform you that this is what I did every single week last year, and this is what gave me a full split on my left leg, my right leg, and a full pancake and middle split. Guys, I did gymnastics for 12 years growing up, and I did not have that. Consistency really is key, so utilize this video as often as you need. I love you all, thanks for coming by, and if you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe for more.